blue oil pourer. Welcome to Car Traction. Now in today's video we're coming back at you with a number of memorabilia video. We've been to so many racing events, so many classic car shows. I haven't done one of these for a while, so yeah, here you go. Now this one specifically looks on classic oil pourers and oil cans, anything oil related. So in this video I'll be showing you around some of my oil memorabilia collection and potentially cleaning up some of my more recent buys, such as this Castrolite motor oil tin. So please watch this video all the way until the end to make sure you don't miss out on any of this fantastic memorabilia. So first of all, I think I'm going to look around some of the simple oil cans. Now what I love about old oil cans that are possibly even pre-war, 1940s, 50s, all the way up to the 60s and 70s really, is that they have lovely colours and also they often have nice labels. So let's start with this blue one. Now I can't really say much about it apart from it's a blue oil can because there's no real obvious marker on it and there's no date on the bottom. As you can see, you will see later on there are actually dates on the bottom of these specific Wesco oil cans. So to prove my point, you can see, hopefully if the focus will play ball, it says 1955 on the bottom of that. This is the small Wesco type. Quite common, but I actually really like them. Just a cute little shape, I think. This one's pretty similar, apart from the fact that you can actually see the remnants of a Wesco label. Now that would have been really nice to have. You can sort of see where it would have been around there. Well, that would have been really nice to have, but even still, I really like the orange colour actually. A sort of patina as well. They just look really good, in my opinion. Oh, I've knocked one over. Pretty much the same for this red one. Let's see what the date is. Also 1955. Turn it around so you can see it. Oh, sorry, I misread it. It's 1965, this one. There you go, I think you can see that now. But yeah, another really nice colour and a really cute shape. Like the little brass topper that these examples have too. Now we have some later examples of oil memorabilia featuring these two Solvol cans. Now I can actually only say one of them is oil. As you can see, this one says multi-purpose light oil, but that one's actually a shock absorber fluid. So I know it's not really oil, but they look quite similar, obviously same manufacturer, and I think they look really good together, so I just thought I'd include that one anyway. Another Wesco oil can now. Birmingham of England, of course, manufacturer. This one is, I'm sure you can see, is a slightly later one, due to it has the plastic, I think that's called a spout, I don't know really. There you go, hopefully you could see that it says Wesco on the side. It's got a really nice patina as well, with the sort of remnants of green paint. Then you've got the few scratches, which I think actually add character to things like this, because it shows that they've been used. Does it have a date on the bottom? No. All it does have on the bottom is a bit of dry rust, but it looks like it's long gone actually. I can see a nice another little label just on the plastic nozzle thing. Wesco nylon. Then we have another very similar can to the previous also Wesco oil cans that we saw before. I'm not sure this one is actually Wesco as well. Can't see a date on the bottom. I'd say this is probably 60s, this one. Probably not as early as those other ones, but still. It still looks really nice. Next up is a red example of the typical shape of oil can. Can't really see any manufacturer or make on this one. You can see there's a lot of moist oil there. I won't get my fingers too close to that because so far I managed to keep the oil off them. Whether I will for the whole video, I'm not so sure. Now this one does have some writing on the bottom, but I can't really read it. Yeah, I can't really read that. But yeah, it's a really vibrant colour actually. It looks really nice, in my opinion. And then this has to be one of the favourites of my whole collection of sort of oil memorabilia. I really like this. I believe this was bought at the Ludlow Antiques Market. So you can see I probably say this is pre-war due to you got all the nice brass parts on it. You got the nice brass topper as well there. It's also a really decorative shape. I think they just look so good, these. So you can see the half pint. They're referring to how much oil can go in it, but that is just really nice, isn't it? Good thing about oil cans is they very rarely rust, because obviously being exposed to an oily environment, it creates a sort of lacquer over the paint or the metal, which means that rust doesn't really get to it as easily as some other products that involve metal that don't have some sort of oil coating. That's why we put WD-40 over things. I'm sure if you've seen my other memorabilia videos, there's a lot of WD-40 rubbing on. Well, that's why I do it. It creates a protective lacquer that can stop rust. This also appears to be quite an old one, as you can see with the nice ornate brass top. I think brass looks just really good, doesn't it, with oil? I'm sure you agree. This one obviously is quite small. How long is that? A few inches, maybe 3 inches. Really not very tall, possibly even somewhere in between 2 or 3 inches. But yeah, it's really sweet. I remember this was bought at an antique centre. They had some sort of weird basement thing. It was like a sort of cellar, underground floor. And I just saw this in the corner. I think it was about 10 quid. So I thought I might as well have that, because I didn't have one of this really cute little sort of pyramid shaped type. I really like it. Looks really nice with its patina, and of course the smearing of oil that comes with any oil can, really. And now we have the first of the oil pourers. This time it is Halfords. If I had to guess what sort of age this was, I'd say 60s, maybe early 70s. Of course the pint size, there's not much in it now, but the equivalent of a pint would go inside there of oil. You'll see some nice writing. But yeah, it's really solid. It's got a bit of a sticker there. I'm sure that was where the price once was. Well, that's what's annoying about... Here I go off on a tangent again. Some antique dealers put the worst stickers on. They have to use like white spirit to get it off. And I'm sure we use white spirit on this, but even still, it's still there. So if there are any antique dealers watching this, which I'm sure there aren't, but anyway, please use stickers that come off easily. It just makes your items look so much better. But yeah, apart from that, it's a really nice tin, that. And here we have a real gem in the form of a blue coal oil pourer. Now, believe it or not, I actually bought this a couple of months ago at a car boot. Now, if you want to see more gems that I bought at car boots, some of this stuff will have been bought at car boots, some of which have been bought also at antique centres. But yeah, if you want to see some car boot gems, please check out the channel homepage or the antique or memorabilia, I can't remember what I called it. But there is a playlist where I have all these garden videos, looking around and cleaning up old memorabilia, anything like petrol cans, oil cans of course in today's video. But yeah, this one is a lovely blue coal example. You can see it's still got the lovely patinated sticker on there. It's really rare to find this. I think I must have paid, if I'm correct, must have paid about £10 for this. That is one of the perks of going to a car boot. You get stuff cheap and you can negotiate. I've become very experienced with any sort of haggling or negotiating with going to these antiques places and car boots, so clearly paid off when I saw this. I understand it's a real gem. It takes pride of place on my shelf. Zoomed out a bit now to accommodate this lovely Castrolite tin. Now this was bought, if I can speak. Apologies for any squeaking sounds. The dog is literally standing right in front of me with a squeaky toy. So if you see it like running in the background, that's why you can see some sort of collie shaped thing running around, or any sort of squeaking. But anyway, back to the tins. This was bought at my local market only a week. She just knocked it again. Never mind. Bought at my local market a week or so back, I think. I must have paid about £14 for it, which is actually pretty good. I know it's not in the best of condition. This is probably actually the worst side because it's got the slight dent there. So I'll turn it around. There you go, that's a bit better. I think it was about 12 quid after a bit of haggling, which is pretty cheap, I guess. Got that nice writing. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Sort of, maybe. Nice writing on the top of it. I've actually smelt this because I thought maybe there'll be some nice oil smells in it, but actually it smells like washing up liquid or something, which wasn't expected. But yeah, it's really nice. Now, I did say I was going to clean this up, but to be honest, you've probably seen me clean up so many things that I'll just do it off camera. So if you're a regular, you'll probably get tired of me applying WD-40 and things like that. But anyway, I really like this. And I still haven't found a spot for it yet, so I can assure you it will get a good spot. It's a great little tin. More Castrol memorabilia, this time 3 different examples. Now remember, I bought 2 of these. I can't quite remember which ones, I'm sorry. I think it must have been these 2 ones from the Castrol Classic Car Show, which I also made a video about. So uploaded, I think, about a month ago. If you haven't seen that, please check it out. It's a great little show. And also my dad uploaded a video about the second time they did it, about a month or so later. They do 2 events at the Cape Thorne Hall, very good venue. Lots of classic cars there, so if you haven't seen that video, please check it out. But first of all, we start with this one. Probably the cleanest one, got the fewest scratches. It's D. Now that obviously means diesel, so it's gear oil for diesel probably. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not super good on these, but I can only assume that's diesel. Next up we have Castrolite, much the same as that larger tin we saw earlier. Oh no, the dog's trying to get in the video. You get down. There, she's gone now. And last of all we have Castrol High Point. Now you may have noticed there are a lot of different variations with Castrol. If you buy a lot of these Castrol tins, there we go, you will notice they all have a different sort of formula to accommodate different engines. So one will be for commercial vehicles, or one will be for gearboxes or engines. It does vary. So you can see on that one before it said motor oil, as these 2 ones here say gear oil. So yeah, there are many variations, but the one to look out for, which I sadly don't have, is the Castrol R. That's used in all sorts of performance cars. You still get a lot of that sort of going around historic hill climbs. Makes a very good smell from experience. But yeah, these look lovely all together, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to buy more of these Castrol tins, because don't they just look great together? I'm sure you're thinking now, well, these are spanners, they're not oil related. And that's correct, they're not, but I thought they deserved a mention anyway. So this is actually a very interesting story. Very kindly, one of my viewers called Mike C, who I also believe is on my dad's old classic car forum and potentially watches his videos too, sent me these. So he got in touch with Dad, and then Dad sort of forwarded it to me and said, oh look, you've got some old tools coming. But what I love about these is they display great, but also they're really usable because they're great quality. They're really chunky and well made, so they look great, but should I or Dad ever need them, we can use them really easily, and they're really good at their job. So yeah, Mike, if you're watching this, thank you very much. I'm sure we'll get much pleasure out of looking at these and potentially also using them. But I think on that note, I'm going to end the video. We've had a look at all of the oil pourers, oil tins, oil cans, all of that stuff in my collection as of today. So yeah, I think I'm going to end on that note. If you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments, and to show your appreciation, please drop a like on this video. Also, please subscribe. We are, as of recording, on 399 subscribers. Thanks for watching.